ladies and gentlemen. This man that you're looking at is the governor of the state of Georgia, Kemp. And he is reopening the beaches in Georgia, despite the fact that there is a pandemic going on. He chooses to ignore all of that and open the beaches anyway. Now, we know how these folks like him get down. See, as long as everything is going well, they will gladly take that pat on the back and propping and accolades and everything. But when it goes wrong, they take zero accountability for it. And you watch when this whole thing implodes in his face, he'll try everything to try to wiggle out the responsibility because they have that track record. So now let's talk about this a little more. This came out in Newsweek, April 5th, 2020. Georgia mayor blasts governor for reopening state beaches during pandemic. Health of our residents being put at risk. I agree. The mayor obviously got more sense than the governor. A mayor in Georgia has condemned the state governor's decision to reopen beaches as the CV pandemic continues to grow, vowing to fight the order legally. The city council of Georgia's Tybee Island, a tourist hotspot, on March 20th, voted to close the area beaches as it shuts down the area to prevent the spread of CV. The town put up signs and barricades to block would-be beachgoers from disregarding the local mandate. But Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp, he's a Republican, overturned the beach closure with his executive order for the state's residents to shelter in place. Although Kemp's executive order enforced stringent stay at home measures, it also reopened all beaches that had been closed by local mandates. Tybee City Council and I are devastated by the sudden directives and do not support his decisions. The health of our residents, staff, and visitors are being put at risk, and we will pursue legal avenues to overturn his reckless mandate. Shirley Sessions, the city mayors, wrote in an official statement to the press on Saturday as the Pentagon orders 100,000 body bags to store the corpses of Americans killed by CV. Governor Brian Kemp dictated that Georgia beaches must reopen and declare any decision makers who refuse to follow these orders would face prison and or fines, Sessions noted. Wow. Wow. Kemp appeared to push back against criticism with a Saturday tweet, which included photos of an empty beach at Tybee Island. Beachgoers are mostly local and comply with social distancing orders. We will continue to monitor conditions, the governor wrote. Georgia was one of the last states in the country to announce a stay at home order. This past week, Kemp announced his decision to implement the order last Wednesday, but it is only set to remain in place until April 13th. The governor also drew criticism for saying he wasn't aware that asymptomatic people could infect others with the virus. finding out that the virus is now transmitting before people see signs. So, what we've been telling people from directives from the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, for weeks now, that if you feel bad, stay home. Those individuals could have been infecting people before they felt bad, Kemp said. But we didn't know that until the last 24 hours. Where have he been? I know that. We know asymptomatic people have the virus, but they don't have the symptoms. And this governor didn't know that. He must be sleeping when those meetings are going on. He must be sound asleep. Mm-mm-mm. This is a game changer for us. Health experts and doctors have been warning people for weeks that asymptomatic individuals could still infect others, even if they never felt unwell themselves. Numerous prominent people, including GOP Senator Rand Paul, who became the first member of the Senate to test positive for the virus, have said publicly that they had not experienced any symptoms. Wow. Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, a former Democratic presidential candidate, strongly criticized Kemp for being unaware of the advice of health experts and doctors. She argued that the former Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams would have handled the pandemic much differently. If they had a better election law, Stacey Abrams would be governor of Georgia, Klobuchar tweeted. Brian Kemp's, um, they're saying that his decision can cost American lives, thousands of them. As of Sunday morning, more than 6,300 people have tested positive for CV in Georgia. Of those, 208 have died nationwide. More than 312,000 people have contracted the virus, while more than 3,500 have died. Well, obviously, this governor of Georgia is choosing to be completely ignorant. And again, we don't want to hear anything about high IQs and the inventors of everything and you know how to do this and you're better than that and you're the best. And we have seen America drop lower than a cinder block in water. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.